Hello.
Hello. This is the SqueekyDogCast, I think.
Is it?
I don't know. I
We
got
haven't been fired by Doge, have we?
no, we still got our government money.
We still
Is
got our government
we
money.
the way we fund this podcast is we get government grants from several countries. Um and we do this legally by having a million different registries for them. So like for the we mentioned several times now we get money from the South African government. That one is SqueekyDogCast.net. And
Eventually, what's really weird is that the American government keeps paying us in rubles.
yeah, for some reason it's coming through with little lipstick kiss marks on it, and it says like from Trump with love, and we're like, oh, how nice of Trump to be sending us these money. From what I know, Elon was looking to take us down, but Trump put his foot down and made sure we were gonna still get our money.
I
Because
mean,
I met with Trump at the White House the other day. He said he really liked what we were doing. Welcome back to the
I
Squeaky
mean,
Dogcast.
it's gone off the rails already. It's gone off the rails already.
Oof.
Well, I guess
After,
that's a good place to start, though. Elon's
yeah,
running scared.
yeah, Elon, he's got his dick between his legs, and he's running away like a little bitch. Well, no, he's not doing that at
I
all.
mean,
He's scared. He's
he's scared. He's clearly scared because so here's the latest of what I heard about that is he's gone from being the head of Doge who runs all things Doge to like, no, I got nothing to do with these motherfuckers. I'm just like an advisor to the president quietly at the
he's
back.
literally like the vizier in like a fucking cartoon. Like he's like literally Jafar from fucking Aladdin right now, but like incompetent. Where he's just like, yes, I obviously want to take over the throne. I want to put put a knife in the back of the emperor when he's not looking.
I mean, it might have been his plan at some point, but I think he's starting to realize that even if this goes really, really well for Trump, he's still in the firing line because half of MAGA doesn't like his ass either.
And it's crazy because he's running the show.
I
It,
think that that's a little bit of an
I
overestimation at this
mean,
point.
so much of like what happens just sounds like all the stuff with South Africa. There's him basically dominating that Oval Office interview. Oh my god, sorry, I have like the fucking little bit of
I
like
think,
indigestion.
here's what I think,
Yeah.
right? Here's me just theory crafting. He definitely has flaws in Trump. Like
Mm.
he's pulling strings like the rat on top of the head, right?
You say that like it's like an
But
age-old metaphor, but you're referencing fucking like Ratatouille.
yeah, but I think that they're both just figureheads for much more insidious people. I know it sounds conspiracy like brained, but let's be honest here. Elon isn't actually really smart enough
I
to be
I
the
agree
one
with
behind
you.
this.
I agree with you. I think that the grand machinations of the Trump administration, of MAGA, and of 2025 are in service of other people than Elon. But I think in the day to day of like interviews and what Trump says, I think a lot of that is controlled by Elon or people working on Elon's interest. Because like there's that
Yeah,
interview they just did where Elon is basically just like, haha, doesn't Trump loves me so much. He loves me so much. And Trump's like, yes, I love Elon. He's so good. He's helped so many people. He's so good. He like Elon's the president. Like public
yeah.
facingly, Elon has a lot of influence over Trump, but I feel behind the scenes there are other people who are like like probably like 20 other people who have their
Like the
claws on
authors
Trump.
of 2025 of Project 2025.
Yeah,
I think that there's a lot more of them pulling the real levers. And because
yeah,
Trump and Elon aren't actually getting in their way and are actually pushing forward their ideals,
hmm
I think that they're allowing it to happen for now. But we do know we can absolutely say for a fact now that if it all goes to shit, Elon's the fall guy. He's the patsy.
Yeah, he's the one they're gonna be like he caused the incompetence the incompetence in the regime. He's the one who made it so all the money disappeared into thin air. And it's like, well, I mean, that's convenient. That's convenient. That's all one guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's scary. I mean, what is it? The other day I saw the thing of the more planes are falling out of the sky. There was the one
yeah,
that was upside down and on
that
fire.
one was in Toronto. Yeah, that one, the landing gear didn't deploy properly, and the plane like flipped upside down on landing, and luckily nobody died.
Few injuries.
A few injuries, but nothing crazy.
I remember hearing one of the interviews, and the guy was like, "Yeah, and this shit fell on the floor, which was now the ceiling." And I was like, "What the
Yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
happening?"
There was one that crashed in like North Carolina, I think, or something. I don't know. I didn't really read on that one. There's obviously the one that crashed. There was it started with the one in DC. Then there was the which one was after that? Which one was after the one in DC? Oh, it was the Philadelphia plane crash.
Yeah,
And then there's the Toronto, and then there's like another one, and then there's probably another one that'll happen tomorrow. Like unironically,
but
DEI kept planes in the sky.
completely random. What I was watching, like rewatching the other day, was a debate that
Mm.
Vosh did with a Trump, not a Trump, with an Elon defender.
I probably watched it because I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of
but this was well over a
debates.
year ago, before Trump won the presidency, before Elon was so hooked up in everything. And you know what is a really, really glaring thing, to get back to the point of like
Tell me.
Elon is not really the one pulling all the important levers?
Tell me.
The thing that kept coming up was that all of the things that people point to Elon Musk about in his history, I mean, PayPal, SpaceX, all of those things, they're saying, oh, the technology that comes out of them and the advances and all of that, they
Mhm.
don't actually have much to do with Elon himself as much as the scientists and engineers that he
Right.
hires.
I was actually talking about this with my dad because he didn't know about this sort of deal. He thought Elon actually did this stuff, and as soon as I told him, like, nah, he's just a guy who owns the companies. And my dad was like, he's a fucking piece of shit then.
Yeah,
But like so many people just assume that if you have money, you're the one who's actually making the money. You're the one inventing all this. You are literally Iron Man. You
yeah.
know, like
Is
no.
like the biggest example for me is how, like, it's just offhandedly mentioned that he did the PayPal thing,
Yeah.
but the reality of it is that PayPal was an existing competing company which bought his company out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the joke is that his code that he wrote was so bad that they had to scrap all of it essentially.
I fully believe that. Did you see the website for Doge got hacked?
Mm,
And he was like, "But how could they hack it? It's like like these are some high level hackers." And like everyone was like, I don't know the specifics or everything, but everyone was like, "This is like the most basic web security was not implemented. It is like a child made this. Like beginners would do a better job at making web security than this." And he's supposed to be like in charge of fucking government payments and stuff, and you're doing this shit. It's crazy. Like he's so stupid. He's so dumb. It's crazy. Oh, he's incompetent. Like
yeah,
X.com. This is the original thing because he always loved the word X so much.
because he was always obsessed with X.
SpaceX names his son X.
All
X.
the way back in the 90s.
He's like a
It
fucking
went
classic dude.
defunct 25 years ago. Yeah, merged with Confinity. This was the company that bought him out, Confinity. And then they became what we know today as PayPal.
URL reused for 2023 for Twitter, rebrand to X. Oh, so that's how. Okay, so yeah, he just reused the URL. He just reused the fucking address.
Yes, he actually had to buy it back from PayPal.
That's really funny. That's
He
really
actually
funny.
specifically, as far as I understand, yeah, uh, in July 2017, PayPal sold the domain x.com back to Elon Musk. He said it was. I remember the sale as well because you know what he said.
What do you say?
It had personal meaning to him. Can you imagine? Like, this is the URL that has personal meaning to you.
Like, I fully understand early like internet days, like having your own website and like curating your own website. Like, this is my little space I've cut out. This URL means a lot to me. I pay, even though I don't really update the site, I keep it around. But it's fucking x.com, and it's for like it's fucking x.com, and you're Elon Musk. I don't think you should be allowed. Here's my hot take. I don't like Elon Musk enough that I don't think he should be allowed to have nice things. He should not be
I
allowed
don't
to.
think he should have
He
nice
he should
things.
not be allowed to be
But
fulfilled
he's
in
got
life.
he's got more money in the world than literally every other single human being except one.
Yeah, that's pretty
He's
crazy.
he's he's he is technically he is what I would consider the second richest person in the world.
Is the richest Bezos?
No.
Trump?
No.
Trump?
No.
Putin?
Come on now. Putin.
Yeah. Well, I would say I say Bezos because I thought he was the richest man in the world. I guess Elon Musk overtook him, and then I say Trump because America is the richest country in the world. But then I remember Putin has Trump spread eagled on his desk. So
Not only that, but say what you will about Trump's current level of power and even Elon's current level of wealth that you can point to. Vladimir Putin has the ability to go, I really like your palace. It's mine now.
he's really like a classic style authoritarian, like a fucking like a classic imperial legacy or Central American dictator type of fucking like mind. We don't see enough of that
Yeah,
anymore.
he's like, say, look, I think we did mention this in the last podcast as well,
Probably.
but like, Putin is really at the point of like anything is his as long as he says it, right?
Yeah.
Like at this point, he's turned America against Ukraine.
Well, he didn't turn
Ukraine's not
America
even
against
allowed
Ukraine.
at the
He
fucking.
didn't turn America against Ukraine. He turned the American government against Ukraine.
Yes, but we know we're speaking in political terms here.
Sure, fair.
So he's basically got Trump to carve up what they're going to decide the land is going to look like in Eastern Europe without even having Ukraine at the
What do you
table.
think the peace deals are going to look like? Do you think it's going to be like the claims that Russia has wanted, or do you think we're going to fucking see like half the country get annexed or all the country get annexed? It's really
I think
scary.
that if it also kind of does depend. Look, Ukraine's not being invited to the table
No,
for the
he's
discussion,
in fucking Saudi
but
Arabia too.
but Zelensky and the Ukrainians are not going to stop fighting for their land.
Yeah, they're not just gonna be like, "Welp,
So
there
I
goes
don't
that."
see a full annexation of Ukraine happening unless it's a military sort of occupation.
Yeah,
So I think what territory Russia has gained, they'll definitely keep.
yeah, that makes sense because the areas they've gained, they've held for like 3 years because it's kind of been like a stalemate since like
Yeah,
for
so
two
I
years.
can definitely see Russia holding on to the territory they
Actually,
have already, and with the help of the American government, possibly a little bit more.
I want to see the live UA map for Ukraine at the moment. So anything in red is, I believe, all this here. Wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah. So this like dark line here. This is the border, the original border of Ukraine, I believe, and this is Russia. So then this land here is what they've occupied, I
Yeah,
believe.
they'll basically have
Yeah,
that proper access to what's that
Crimea,
place called?
Crimea.
Crimea. They'll have proper access to Crimea for sure. That's basically a foregone conclusion. But once again, the Ukrainian people
Yeah, these are the lands here.
are
Yeah,
not going to stand for it.
Luhansk and there was another one.
But admittedly, wasn't Luhansk like a lot of um, Russia leading people?
Yeah, no, this is the area that a lot of tankies will be like, well, these people are being suppressed by the Ukrainian government. It's Luhansk, and I don't know where the other one is. I thought it was Luhansk. Or is not no, that's Russia. Mariupol's down here. Zaporozhye is right here. I guess I knew Luhansk is one because Luhansk, you can see this red line. I'm pretty sure this indicates that it's become like an unofficial state of Russia. Because they did do that, but I forget what the other territory was, unless it was already taken back or some shit. But I don't think it was because I don't think the Ukrainians ever actually did any pushing. Like, here's the pushing Ukraine has done. They've done more like take back lands because they had pushed to Kharkiv, but they pushed them out of
Yeah,
Kharkiv.
but I can definitely see that sort of eastern sort of
Here's
block
Kherson, and they've been at
of.
Kherson for fucking ever, dude.
Well, I mean, it's remember, it's always easier to cross, always easier to defend a water crossing.
Yeah. Oh my
But I
god.
can definitely see a large part of the eastern part of Ukraine being occupied,
Yeah, I feel
like on a permanent
this
basis.
area here is gonna become occupied, especially Luhansk for sure. Luhansk and Mariupol, these areas, because Mariupol's a big city, so these two are gonna be occupied. I feel like that's
But I
honestly
don't see
worst case scenario. What
a
happens?
full annexation.
Worst case scenario, they take up here too. Like they take some northern lands. Like they just take pretty
Yeah,
much everything on the border.
I think they'll try and carve up a lot of those borderlands, but it'll be an occupation. It'll be a violent occupation because a lot of the people who live in Ukraine, especially after this much war, are going to be anti-Russian.
Yeah,
Ukrainian people have been murdered by Russians en masse for
yeah,
years now. They are not going to just quietly go, okay, we're Russian now.
yeah.
Regardless of what Trump or America says, they're not going to just sit back and go, okay, we're Russian now.
Yeah, because like it doesn't fucking work like that. Like
You can't just
you
draw
just
the lines on the map and expect people to. You can't just call it the Gulf of of America.
Oh, I
What does
think
your
this is
map
the other.
say
Oh,
anyway?
this is the other one. I found it. Donetsk. It
Donetsk.
Luhansk and Donetsk. That was what it was. Luhansk and Donetsk.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What
my
does your map say?
you probably see it on Live UA map. 'Cause they use Google Maps. No, never mind. They don't. I guess have it here. Um, well, let me pull this off screen because it'll spawn me in. Spawn me. It'll bring me up over my home. So let me just make sure that's off. Was yours also? Did you zoom in on your home or no?
No, mine puts me in the country in South
Okay.
Africa, but it doesn't put
For
me.
me,
But
it
yeah,
says Gulf of America. We already checked this on the podcast though.
we did, but we did say we'd check back. But mine says both.
In Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of America in parentheses for me.
Yeah. what a silly thing. What a silly world we live in.
It is absolutely silly. Uh, it is absolutely silly. But that is where that's lying. I mean,
Yeah,
um, I'm done. No more politics.
that's fair. You want to talk about Morrowind?
Morrowind multiplayer.
Yeah, tell me.
I It took some convincing. It took some convincing to get me into Morrowind multiplayer because I can admit that Morrowind's a classic game. You can't deny it either.
Hmm. I enjoy
But
Morrowind.
well, some of the gameplay is kind of miserable.
I haven't. Okay, so here's the thing with me, Morrowind. I played 32 hours of Morrowind and then was like, this is cool, and I don't think I really interacted with most of the game. And even though
Yeah, no.
it felt like I did a lot, but I probably didn't.
Because aside from the combat being like really fuck, because the way the combat was handled in Morrowind, right,
It's bad.
is that in short, it tried to have an old school RPG tabletop
Yeah, where like
mechanic,
miss. Oh, well, roll for attack. Miss. Oh, you hit this time. Oh, you missed. You hit this time. And it's based on
right?
how
And
well you are with the weapon.
what that meant is, although you were playing a 3D game where you could see your weapon basically touch the enemy or hit the enemy, it doesn't mean that that would be registered as a hit by the game because it wasn't based on the hitboxes, it was based on the rolls, which means that at low levels, your character would fight a rat and lose purely because you weren't rolling high enough to hit the rat enough times to kill it.
Yeah, it's actual just like bullshit, but it's unique. I think if I play
It's
Morrowind
unique.
again, I'm just gonna like mod that out because that's like just dumb. That is
Play
just a
the
bad thing.
fucking play the open MW version then.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be multiplayer, but like at least play the open
Forever
MW
ago,
version.
and Sari told me to download OpenMW, so I did. So it's somewhere on my computer.
There we go. And Morrowind's not big,
No, it's like
but
fucking
I've been
half a
playing the
gig.
multiplayer Morrowind,
Hmm.
and it's fantastic. I have to say, I've been fully pulled in. I've pulled three
I
days of at least 8 hours each for each stream.
I didn't talk to you yesterday because you were live the whole day.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's made me fall back in love with the world of Elder Scrolls again,
Camriel.
Tamriel. And you know what? Now is actually a good time to bring up Bethesda keeps fucking making them worse. I want to hear your thoughts on this. But as far as it goes, every single time Bethesda releases an Elder Scrolls game, it's progressively worse than the last.
Well, considering that, I feel like, because Morrowind is good. Oblivion, I'll just say, is a good game. I've heard nobody
Yes.
say bad things about Oblivion. Skyrim is not as good as Oblivion, but I still think Skyrim is better than a lot of games. And then we haven't gotten a new Elder Scrolls game other than like Elder Scrolls
No, but
Online, so I can't really like test this theory.
Skyrim, but we know games, right?
Right, right.
You know multiple game developers yourself as well.
Yes.
Okay, it's indie developers, but they're all in the game development sphere. So you know games a lot deeper than just like,
Well, I know
oh, this is
Masahiro
a cool
Sakurai.
triple A
Me
title.
and Masahiro Sakurai have dinner a lot, and also Hideo Kojima. I got him in my contacts.
Oh, very cool for you.
Yeah, but
But
I recognize that I'm privileged.
mechanically, Skyrim is not a good game. On game design levels, it's not a good game.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think.
Like there was one chatter who came into the chat while I was streaming who said like in Morrowind, you were told like, oh, here's a camp of goblins and they've been stealing the children and eating their brains. You need to travel over this mountain through this valley to go and sort them out. And you needed to sort of interact with the world to get there. And then in Oblivion, it's like, here are some really evil goblins. Go over there and kill them. And then in Skyrim, it's just like, here's a map marker with goblins at the end. Kill them.
Yeah, I think a good example of that on the small scale is when you're meeting the Blades guy in Balmora. They give you directions to find his home.
Yes.
It's instead
Like
of just giving you a map
that's an
marker.
early example. But I've been going through some of the quests, and the quests that that you go on in multiplayer are the same quests that you do in single player. They're just, left in basically.
Right.
But what's really striking me is that you don't really get a map marker at all, really. Like they tell you, okay, you got to walk down this path out of the south end of town over this bridge, and then you'll see there's a sign that says go this way and a little dirt path, and you'll need to find that dirt path and go up that path and over another bridge. And it's like, wait, um, can you just give me a fucking map marker?
I think
But it lets you interact with the world.
there's a lot to be said about the debate of map markers and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of instances where a quest would be a lot more interesting if there was no map marker. Like if you had to find someone and like say there's like a disappearance, right? Like say you're like doing a detective quest where you have to go like find a missing person. In Fallout 4, there's the quest where you have to find Nick Valentine, and it's like, oh, where's Nick Valentine? Oh, he's here. Go get him. And it's like, well, that could have
Yeah.
been a fun quest to do. Maybe you have to investigate his home, investigate like, I mean, I guess then it's like he took a case and never came back, but like maybe they could have worked it to be different where it's like Nick disappeared one day. We have to go find him. So it's like, it's for those types of quests where there's like a trying to find someone or trying to find a thing or there's like a search, there should be no map markers at all. Like never. I think if it's sending you to a city, like, oh, you need to go to this city, I think a map marker there makes sense. Like, hey, there's a map marker to the city. But like for specific like go to this goblin camp and kill the people and then it's just fucking map marker leads you there and it's like, well, that's just kind of boring, you know?
Because there's a good example of that in one of the quests I did, I think last night, where it's just a side temple quest, right? It's not like a main big like go find
Right.
some important person. It's just like this person in this town is kind of sick. I want you to take this potion and go and cure them.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to travel halfway across the fucking world of the game to find the town. Once you find the town, that doesn't give you any sort of indication of where the person is. You have to talk to NPCs who live in that town, who will tell you where the person is. And I think you lose a little bit of magic because I remember in Skyrim you would just sort of like you would run towards the map marker. You didn't need to talk to anybody along the way. You would so easily miss
In my
like
most
a
recent
million things.
playthroughs, of Elders of Skyrim, I've turned off quest markers. Like I've just unbooked the quest. Like I've just unchecked it so that I would stumble upon things naturally. I think the best way
Yeah,
to
it
engage.
helps, but the thing is, the big difference is in Morrowind, you can ask any NPC almost anything about the quests that you're on.
That's definitely a bonus of the game not having full voice acting because you can't really do that now with Skyrim. Like you can't have every single character have a voice line about a quest because every
It would
character, yeah,
overload the game.
yeah,
It
that'd be
would
too
make the
much.
game 20,000 times bigger.
Yeah,
But it's lost its magic, and that's kind of what I'm saying with the argument that each Elder Scrolls has gotten progressively worse.
I need to see Elder Scrolls 6 before I can definitively say that because it's only been one game that's bad. That's not even bad. It's just of the three that we're talking about because we're not even talking about like Daggerfall or
Just
Arena.
co- comparatively here, right? The depth of Morrowind compared to the depth of Skyrim.
Yeah, but like
Is what's the term? As wide as an ocean, as deep as a puddle? That's
that's
Skyrim.
Skyrim. Yeah, that
Like
is
it
Skyrim.
has so many different mechanics, but it's removed so many other things. Look at the armor, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Here's a great
You
example.
mentioned on stream also that like you wish spears were back. I remember that. Like, oh man, spears.
Yeah,
Remember these?
there were different weapon classes completely, right?
Yeah.
And now you have bladed weapons and blunt weapons
Every
in Skyrim.
every weapon in Skyrim is basically the exact same. You have your swords, axes, hammers, and that's it. And then bows, and it's like, oh, there's your fucking weapons, and they all fight the exact same. It's
Yeah.
basically a
Do you
two-handed versus
remember how
one-handed
the
deal.
armor work in Morrowind?
I don't really remember actually. It's been like 2 years since I played.
So in Skyrim, you've got your greaves,
Mm-hmm.
you've got your cuirass,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
you've
then you
got your
have
gauntlets and your helm.
yeah.
4 pieces of armor generally. That's a full
Yeah.
armor set. In Morrowind, you've got your left boot, your right boot, your shin guards, your greaves, your cuirass, your shirt, your robe, each pauldron left and right, each glove left and right. Think about the depth there.
There's a lot of customization potential there. You can do a Michael Jackson, O.J. Simpson one glove build.
Yeah, like Ansere's build has one pauldron that's like kind of bigger than the other, so it creates this
That's always a cool design.
offset
That's always cool.
in the cool look, right?
I love that type of armor. I'm like, there's a lot of characters I know and like stuff where it's like the big fucking like they got the big pauldron and the big arm, and it's like really, I like that design a lot. That level of
Because what was
customization is really cool.
the what's coming up? Little spoiler for my next stream is Anseri is going to be finding me a cool pauldron to wear that's slightly bigger, and she's going to enchant it with light because apparently I'm really difficult to see. So she's going to make me light up. So this one pauldron on one
Aren't you
side is
supposed
going
to
to
be
be
sneaky?
slightly bigger. Hmm?
Aren't you supposed to be sneaky?
Yeah, my build is a sneaky
But you
sort
have
of
a big
character, but
light pauldron.
more of a speedy bow character.
Uh,
It's a semi sneak build, but it's more based on speed and the marksman skill.
I see. I see.
Speaking of which, like Skyrim upon release before the Dawn Guard DLC only had bows.
Stealth archer. Stealth archers.
It didn't have crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Dawn
Right.
Guard was a big thing where it was like, oh, we've brought back crossbows. Do you know what else Morrowind has?
Different
Throwing
types
weapons.
of what was it?
I have ninja stars in my inventory.
Oh, throwing weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are absent in Skyrim. They're in the Fallout games. They never left there, but not Skyrim. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but slightly different in Fallout. Fallout's
Yeah, but it's the other
it's a
Bethesda
different
series,
category.
so
Yeah, it's a Bethesda series, but also like that same person in chat who said the games got progressively worse. It's like all the Bethesda Fallouts are actually kind of bad.
I don't agree with that. But maybe I'm in cope. I don't know.
I think that you're a little bit of a fan of the whole like Fallout thing a bit too much to say that, but as far as holistically here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the best Fallouts?
Fallout New Vegas and
1 and 2.
no, I wouldn't say one is 1 and 2 are
Not
actually
mechanically, but we're talking holistically here.
oh
So we're including story and writing and
okay
theme and
then Fallout
1,
one and 2
2, and New Vegas.
yeah, but I also
Like
don't think that 3 and 4 are bad.
4 is bad.
No, it's not.
4 is
I
bad.
don't think so.
I
Because
think
the
so.
enjoyment I get out of 4 is an enjoyment you can't get out of New Vegas and 3 or in 1 and 2. Because
No, but it is the enjoyment you can get out of the fucking Sims.
you know where I was gonna go with that. Damn it!
Yes.
You know where my brain
I knew where you
lies.
were going with that, and the Fallout series is not the goddamn Sims.
Yeah, but also like I like building up the settlements. I like it. I like because it's a kind of the settlement builder is pretty unique to like Fallout. You can't really because The Sims isn't fucking
Go play
post-apocalypse.
Fallout Shelter, you fucking
No, but
Sims brain.
Fallout Shelter is a fucking mobile game. It's a goddamn. I don't want to. It's like a fucking mobile game that you like load up once a day to collect your daily rewards, like fucking Clash of Clans.
I played Fallout Shelter on PC.
Yes, I know you can get it on PC, but it's made for mobile devices.
It is made for mobile devices, but just think about the madness of that.
I have
I just
also
wanted
played
to
it on
see your
PC
reaction
before.
to that
I've
statement.
also played it on PC before because I was like, you know what? It's like free. Might as well do something.
It's on Steam, isn't it?
Yeah, I have it on my Steam library. I own every Fallout game on Steam that is available to be owned on Steam. I don't know if Brotherhood of Steel is actually available to be owned on Steam. Never mind. I actually haven't checked, but I own every other Fallout game. I am a Fallout fan. Yeah, there it is. You can see my hours over there. I think I've played like 2. Not even 22 minutes.
22 minutes. I have more hours in Fallout Shelter than you.
You don't. I played it a lot on my phone.
You have to admit that's a lot of hours.
That is a lot of hours for like a mobile game.
Look at this.
You have more in fucking Fallout Shelter than you Fallout New Vegas.
To be fair, I played a lot of New Vegas before I had it on Steam.
That's fair too. Same for me. I played a fuck ton on my 360.
I finished this game multiple times over, including all of the DLC.
Yeah,
Do I even own the DLC? I do.
Same for me on my 360. I played a fuck ton of it on 360.
The thing is, the only reason I have such few hours is because I've done what there is to do in New Vegas, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, before I got it on Steam, I already did what there was to do on New Vegas.
I wonder if there's a New Vegas multiplayer. Probably not. I haven't heard of it before.
There is.
Is there? I haven't heard of it.
In VND.
Oh, maybe we should try that out. I'd like that. I still been meaning to try Dust, Fallout New Vegas Dust, or whatever the fuck. The extreme survival. Yeah, I feel like I'd like that. Same thing for Fallout 4.
Give it some more time. Give yourself more time for separation between your last playthrough, because your last playthrough was fairly recent.
You can see right there in January. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna play Fallout.
I gave this a chance.
Fallout 2 is so hard to get into, but I love it so much. Like, I think the thing with Fallout 2, you've gotta like get the mindset out of your head that you're playing a build in one particular way. You have to be able to like start your build in one way and then change it into what you want it to be. I see what you're circling. I see what you're circling. Like in Fallout 2, you have to start as a melee build because the game is kind of bad in that way. You have to start as a melee build. There is no ammo. Your gun skills, like if you have a bad gun skill and a bad gun, you cannot hit shit. You have to start as a melee build and then pivot your character as you over time. That's kind of how you have to play Fallout 2, and I don't like that. I like being able to build my character the way I want it to, and not be forced into that.
It's law accurate though.
Yeah, like it does make sense.
Like your character, as far as I remember, because I didn't
is a tribal member. It's a tribal member who
is a tribal character. Fallout 1, it makes sense for you to start out with a bit of gun savvy because you start out as a vault dweller, and they get gun training.
Yeah. But
am I right?
Yeah, they do. They do. Some vaults. It would make sense, at least, not even gun training, but like, hey, they have like armories and stuff, so it's like, hey, you're gonna go out of the wasteland, take one of these 10mm pistols.
This is how you use it. This is, they sort of kit you out for that.
This is your gun. This is for war, and this is for fun, whatever the fuck from that movie.
This is my rifle.
This is my
gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I know. Have you watched Full Metal Jacket?
No, I've been meaning to. I really have been meaning
to. The movie it's so surprising to me that movie is so well known for just what happens in the first like 20 minutes, half an hour.
I feel like that's like the Kubrick standard. Well, everyone knows
Not
your
really.
movie
Look at
for
The Shining.
Like, yeah, but also like everybody kind of knows the part where he goes insane at the end. Like, there's an argument there that everyone just thinks about the part where he's insane. And, like, I'm sure if you ask some people who've never seen the movie before and aren't big horror people, they're like, oh, yeah, that's the movie where a guy goes insane.
I just want to give a little shout out to, like, Shelley Duvall there, because she had the most miserable time on that set.
I feel like every time we mention The Shining, we mention Shelley Duvall, and you go, shout out.
I know, because, look, she was such a good actress. And that movie basically ended her career.
It's a shame.
Because it traumatized the fuck out of her.
That is a shame.
Like, there's scenes in the movie where she looks terrified, and
because
it's like, that's not acting. They traumatized that woman.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I hate it. I understand that Kubrick was a very specific kind of director,
But he
but
was kind of a piece of shit.
would you with Kubrick? Would you have
No.
worked with Kubrick?
No.
I wouldn't have.
No.
I wouldn't have.
But no, it is kind of a real thing though with Kubrick that a lot of people only know specific parts of his movies, like Doctor Strangelove, which is my favorite Kubrick movie. Um, everyone
Oh,
just
I
thinks of the
learned to stop worrying and love the
yeah,
bomb.
everyone just thinks of the war room scenes, but like the funniest parts of that movie is the fucking military commander in the base,
Yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like shooting off the fucking cops, and then he's like, "I'll take care of this." Walks in the bathroom and shoots himself. He just yes,
Peter Sellers is such
he
an
just checks
underrated
out.
actor.
Oh, that movie's so good. I need to rewatch it because I haven't watched it in years, and I'd probably really appreciate it a lot more now as an adult.
You'd probably really, really
Because
get the depth of it.
I
I think
watched it when I
it's
was like
also
15.
topical.
It is pretty topical. I watched it when I was like 15, and I'm like that was like 5 years ago.
Don't remind me. But
uh
what was the one other interesting aspect was what was the name of the guy from Clockwork Orange?
oh, I forget his name, but yeah, that I'm pretty sure that movie
Um,
also isn't just about fucking the bowler hat guys.
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell.
This guy.
Yes, him. I know him from the Rob Zombie Halloween movies.
So apparently, here's a
He's
funny
Resident Evil.
story. Here's a funny story I love about Malcolm McDowell. I saw the behind the scenes
John
for
Henry Eden.
one of his more recent. It's actually long ago now, but one of his more recent voice acting gigs where he played Daedalus in God of War.
John Henry Eden, President of the United States of America.
Right?
Daedalus. Nice.
So he played Daedalus in God of War.
Molag Bal.
Apparently, so from the people, the director for the voice acting, right,
Mm-hmm.
said that he was the scariest guy to work with because apparently what happened is that he did his lines in the studio and they were like, "That's really cool. That's really like good. You know, that's great. Can we go again?" And he was like, "No, I nailed it. No, I've done it right the first time."
I'm Malcolm McDowell.
Like to be fair, he has worked with like
He's in a lot of
Kubrick.
credits here.
He did work with Kubrick, and after that experience, it must give you some kind of like that has to be one of the most traumatic things working with Stanley Kubrick. I want to bring up Kubrick's.
Filmography.
Yeah,
You just click right
where
there.
would it
A
be?
Clockwork Orange right there. 1971. There. You just click Kubrick. He's another person I need to see more movies from. Filmography
Uh,
there. Up there. Yeah.
it's-
These are the ones that
Kubrick
he did.
hates this movie.
Fear and Desire, Killer's Kiss, The Killing, Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove. Wait, Lolita was 62? Am I thinking of a different Lolita? Did they make Lolita
Versions of Blood.
again?
Yes, in the 90s.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Doctor Strangelove. It's 2001. Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining. Oh, this doesn't have like the AI movie that he like worked on and then died. And I guess it wouldn't be under his filmography because they kind of like he like kind of wrote the
he
script for
didn't
it.
have anything to do. Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be part of his filmography.
True, it's part of Spielberg's. Um,
The thing is that I will never be able to go back and watch all of Kubrick's movies.
no, I have no want to watch Lolita.
Not only that, but this one as well.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I don't know. I'm able to get past Tom Cruise. I'm able to. I'm able to
But
enjoy
yeah,
him.
Lolita's on the
I've
list.
been wanting to watch the Mission Impossible movies a lot because I've like they all look
2001:
pretty
A
cool.
Space Odyssey is not worth the time.
I feel like
Like,
I can sit through
it doesn't feel like 139 minutes.
it.
It doesn't feel like
Can you click on
131
that link to
minutes.
Library of Congress? I want to see what they have like listed there. I want to see like some fucking wild shit they have.
Right?
The Library of Congress. Your like mouse is right next to it. Because the Library of Congress is where they like store media.
For now.
I just want to see if there's like a list of notable things they have.
I
Uh,
mean,
uh,
digital.
no, this is like. Hold on. I can maybe find it on my end. Hold on. I just want to see like some things that are listed on there. That could be fun.
I think The Shining is probably one of his best movies, but Clockwork Orange is such a mind fuck.
There's a librarycongress.gov.
I didn't actually know he directed
I
Spartacus
didn't know that either.
because this was Kirk Douglas.
Here's the complete National Film Registry list. This is kind of what I was looking for. Dirty Dancing got inducted this year.
Oh God, I don't
Spy
like that
Kids got
movie.
inducted this year.
Sad,
Social Network
sad.
did. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Up in Smoke, 12
Oh,
Years a Slave.
Up in Smoke. Holy shit! A Cheech and Chong movie.
It's culturally important.
It is culturally important. I will say that Up in Smoke is
Home
culturally
Alone.
important.
Home
That's
Alone. Lady and the Tramp. Well, Home Alone was Gerald
uh,
Ford's favorite movie.
that's even more
T2
sad.
only got inducted in 2023. That's like the most influential. Oh, there's Nightmare Before Christmas also there.
There we go.
This is like the best
Of
action
course.
movie ever made. Like unironically, Terminator 2 is the best action movie ever made. It's also like the best sequel ever made.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No. But this is where it starts becoming subjective,
True.
right? I
Iron
think the
Man.
best action movie that I've seen, best action movie, pure action,
Yeah.
is probably the um what's it called? Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, true. But I haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road.
Haven't you?
No, I haven't. I
I,
really should.
as far as action movie goes, look, I'm not one to recommend action movies generally, but as far as action movie goes, I can highly recommend it because there's storytelling in the action, if
That's
that
that.
makes
Yeah, that's the
sense.
best part of action. That's like that's Terminator 2 does that. Like all the best action movies, their story is told through the action done and stuff.
And as
Like
cool as T2 is for what it did in its day, the fact that what year was Fury Road?
Fury Road was like 2013. Oh, 2015. Sorry, 2015.
2015. As much as like what T2 did in its day, the fact that almost every single stunt and thing in Mad Max Fury Road is a practical effect.
That is genuinely amazing. Like this, I really need
Every
to see this.
like, let me see if I can get a bigger picture of
Here's
this
the
here.
thing about Terminator 2.
This
That's all practical. Yeah.
this is all practical. A guy strapped to the top of a truck wielding a flamethrower
It's
guitar
so cool.
is all practical
I
effects.
need to see it. But Terminator 2,
That's what makes this movie
it's a
amazing.
mix between some of the best practical effects you can get with like groundbreaking, like just like
Computer
yeah,
effects.
computer effects. Like Stan Winston, genuinely the most important and influential person when it comes to like visual effects. You can see he's fucking Terminator, Jurassic Park, Aliens, The Thing, Predator, fucking Inspector Gadget, Iron Man, Edward Scissorhands. Like he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere.
Inspector Gadget is a perfectly serviceable kids film.
It's very funny. I liked it a lot as a kid.
It's a perfectly serviceable kids film.
I
Say
liked it
what
a
you
lot.
will about a lot of things, it was a perfectly serviceable kids film.
I didn't know this movie was 1999. I thought this was like 2006. Then again, I was also
No,
a child and just had it on DVD, blue, or like not blue, sorry, just had it on DVD. So I was like, oh, this is new. uh, yeah, Stan Winston is fucking great. He's done so much work. He did the fucking thing. The
wow.
Thing is my favorite movie ever.
Okay, yeah. I will give it to him. If he's done The Thing, then he's done
He
basically some of the best
he
practical
made
effects
The
ever
Thing.
in
We can go back to
the
it.
history of
Like,
filmmaking.
he made The Thing. He made The Predator. He made the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. He made the aliens in Alien. Like, he's done everything. He made the Terminators in Terminator 1 and 2. He did the gorillas in Congo.
I don't know Congo.
Congo is
He worked on the island of Dr. Moreau, the
he's
most
been
cursed
everywhere.
movie ever. Do you know the story
Yeah, I
of
know
the
the
island of
story.
Dr. Moreau?
We've talked about it, I'm pretty sure.
These stories we have.
I think we have. Maybe not on the
Maybe it's just
podcast.
because every time I see it, I'm surprised that this
If
exists.
whenever we did talk about Marlon Brando at some point in the podcast, and I think we talked about it then. Because I remember talking about this on the podcast alongside
Oh,
the
that's
and we also talked about the Wounded Knee thing.
the Wounded Knee thing, but yeah, the absolute fucking.
I think we
Every
should
time
watch
I
this
see
movie.
the island of Dr. Moreau, because here's the thing, right? When did that movie come out? 96.
1996.
I probably watched that like
In
2 or 3 years later. Now think
Oh, the
about the age
relic.
I was. Think about
The
the age
relic.
I was when I first saw the island of Dr. Moreau.
You must have been like 8,
I
9,
was under
7.
10 years old
It's so
when
funny.
I first saw the island of Dr. Moreau.
You know,
And I gotta bring up some imagery from that movie.
we should watch Congo at some point because this movie has Tim Curry doing like a fake Romanian accent the whole time. And they go to the Congo jungle where they go to find a lost city and there's a bunch of killer apes. This is not Stan Winston's best work. I think he was phoning it in.
Look, this was nobody's best work. This movie was nobody's best
Wait,
work.
it's an H.G.
You know
Wells
when?
book? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
If they talk about The Room.
Yeah, this is like The Room, but for like Hollywood.
This is my The Room. This is my personal The Room. This is like the attempt to make a truly good, like fucking Selma Blair was in this. How the fuck?
Oh, Marlon Brando was in it. He looks like Dobby.
Just look at what they've done to Marlon Brando. Look at what they did to Marlon. But to be fair, like Marlon did a lot of the stuff of Marlon Brando in this movie was him just being off his meds. Like what is this look? What is this look?
Oh my god. Do you think it's we should watch the I want your opinion on the Simpsons on the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror where they parody the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, I got it. I think I did see that like ages ago.
Yeah. Oh,
I want to watch this again. I want to watch this
there's
again.
a movie that's an adaptation of a Lovecraft. What is it? Shadow of the Town of Innsmouth. Hold on. Lovecraft fish people movie. Dagon, yeah. Dagon. This is this is a wild movie. That I think you would enjoy watching.
2001.
It's based off Lovecraft. It's so fucking silly.
Oh! I don't.
Tentacle woman.
How's this for an
Tentacle
opinion, right?
woman.
I've just formulated this in my head. How's this for an opinion?
Yeah.
You cannot make a true Lovecraftian movie.
You can't know because a lot of it is it's based in the words that are needed.
But you can make a good Lovecraftian game.
Yes, because it's interactive. Video games and books are both interactive mediums. They require you to work on your own pace, at your own speed, in your own mind a lot of times. Thinking about it.
Things in your
mind. But movies and shows are passive medium. You're able to consume them without actively putting in like an effort. Like obviously I'm not trying to downplay movies and film, but like they're not hands-on. Like you don't have any input in how a story, like in how the story, you just watch it. With like a book, the way you picture a character in your mind, like with the descriptions, will be different from how someone else will, because your imaginations work differently. The way you read a line, inflection will not be perfectly matched with the next person who reads the book. In a video game, each approach to the game is different. So like they're not, that's the difference. But then with a Lovecraftian story, the amount of thought that you're doing with a book or a game is going to be more personalized, I feel, than with a movie. Plus also longer form. So
Longer form, it helps, but it's also that it's the horror of Lovecraft doesn't come from what you can see or what you can put on a screen to frighten people. The horror of Lovecraft comes from
the implication.
The implication, yes, that's a good way to put it. The implication of you are nothing to the things you are dealing with.
Like the horror of Lovecraft is the scale. It's like the realization where it's like it's like something's off, you don't know what it is, and at first it's like, oh, now you're like, we're reading like a little mystery monster movie, a monster story, right? And then as it goes on, it's like, well, no, this is like our fucking, we're currently like living out a scenario that has had happened billions and billions and billions of times over eons, and this is as we're just a little speck, and it's like, oh my god, well, that's cool. Too bad Lovecraft was incredibly racist. But also at the same time, I feel like he's so racist that I feel like it doesn't matter anymore. As like an excluding factor.
I mean, I think it adds to the horror.
I think
but what makes me think of, it's not Lovecraft actually. I thought it was, but I was wrong.
Oh yes! Oh my god, yes! This is the video game version. Yes, I have no mouth and I must scream. I forget the name of the guy who wrote this.
Harlan Ellison.
Yes, he
wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so. No. That's, I don't think that's him.
No.
Just click on the story, the short story, the same title right there. Oh, game based on Ellison's short story. It was him. Yeah, click on right there. Short story, the same title. Just click on him. He is the creator. Yeah.
And he is the creator. I wasn't wrong with.
Yeah. So yeah. I do remember he would like send, like, I forget what he did to his professors, but he like sent something weird in the mail to them. I think he like sent the story with like a big "fuck you" to them in the mail or something. I don't know. Harlan Ellison, interesting guy. But yeah, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is pretty good.
He wrote for Star Trek.
Apparently,
he wrote so fucking random.
Apparently, assaulted a journalist.
He does seem the type.
He definitely is the type. This guy
He's
absolutely,
a nutcase, isn't he?
He is. He is a complete nutcase. I don't know. For some reason in my head, I'm thinking that he like sent a fish to his fucking college professor. I don't know what the hell. Hold on, Harlan Ellison, college professor.
He wrote "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream" in '67. Wow.
Okay. Ellison attended Ohio State University before being expelled. He said his expulsion was for hitting a professor, a certain Dr. Shed, who had denigrated his writing ability. Over the next 20 or so years, he sent a professor a copy of every story that he published. That's the type of guy he was. Oh no, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is really good. I do recommend anyone who wants to read like some fucking truly disturbing horror. This is horror.
I'd say even playing the video game is worth it.
Yeah, no, I've been needing to play the video game. But yeah, no, this.
But
it is
not
terrifying.
For the faint of heart.
God,
it is
no,
not
yeah,
for the faint
God,
of heart.
No.
That's just, you know, this is horror on like a different scale. This is Lovecraftian level horror.
Yeah, this is like,
it's just,
this is
what
human.
Do you think Lovecraft would have made
Oh.
with the ideas we have today of things like AI?
He would have made Black Mirror, but good. if you get what I
Some
mean.
of Black Mirror was good.
He would have made like it like I think there's a lot of good people out there who make like some really good um ideas with like the internet and stuff. Like there was the hidden web page. Let me pull it up. There's a story called the hidden web page or a hidden web page. Um or hidden web page. It's from r/no sleep. Um and it was a story about like old web internet stuff,
Well, pull it up.
housing.
I'd
Well,
say,
it's like it's all text. I mean, I could pull up this summary description here from fucking r/and no sleep ns nspd, which is the no sleep podcast discussion fucking subreddit, whatever. But the hidden web page is about there's no Wikipedia article for it because it's like I guess there's creepypasta here, a creepypasta site.
oh, I miss creepypasta.
I miss creepypasta too. But
I miss good creepypastas.
hidden web page, I guess
That's what I
hidden web
should
page
say.
would be a good one, but it's not a creepypasta. It's a horror story published on Reddit. It's not a creepypasta. Um, so it's about like the in the old the when the internet was first created, like the internet like accidentally opened up like this dimension that's completely unexplained. We don't know what it is, but it has like this weird like they call it the hole, where like once you're in that hole, you're like gone. You're in this weird like world where nothing makes sense, and there's these like demonic life, and everything is time is gone. You're like blinking, you're somewhere else, and you're just like okay, and it's like this ethereal place. People disappear. There's like fucking like it's there's like people in bumblebee costumes constantly staring at you and shit, and it's like what the fuck is happening. And it's really good. It's really surreal. Like they're like the story is like, oh, he was in the hole the whole time, but then it's like actually no, he wasn't in the hole because his perception's all fucked up and you actually don't know where he is, and he's dead and now he's alive, and it's all this stuff all because of like something that happened when the internet was tapped into this like old ancient thing that they discovered, right? It's really really interesting. And there's a lot of cool stuff you can make with like this Lovecraftian horror and the internet. It's a really I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. There's microchips, uh old runic symbols. Let me see if that this idea. Let me see if I can find this, if this is what I want. URL not found. Okay, that's not what I want then. Technomancy, is this what I want? No. So there's like the idea that like microchips and motherboards and stuff hold like symbols from like ancient religions that were meant to house demons and shit, so that like the technology that we use is being like used by ancient black magic and shit. Which that's also a really cool idea for a story where
It is really
like
an interesting
like
concept.
there's the idea that like a devil cannot speak like cannot like speak, and it cannot like interact with people, but it can do that through the internet because it is not physically existing, but it also is existing at the same time through the digital means.
I think like concepts like that are really cool, but need to be handled
They
by
need to be
professionals.
that one actually isn't originally a creative concept. That one is actually a conspiracy theory. So
This
that
is
one
fucking
actually
problematic.
that one's a conspiracy theory that also kind of escaped into the crowd of just being a fun thing to think about. Like it was originally a conspiracy theory. And there's one last thing. Oops, sorry. There's one last thing I want to see if I can find, and it was actually on the topic of creepypastas. Let me see if I can find it.
While you're looking for it, I will mention, do you know what
Yes.
I've recently gotten really into?
Yes.
It's SCPs.
Oh shit, we can talk about this in a second because I think I actually found what I was looking for. I think it's called the Smile Tapes. It is a YouTube series. Let me see if I can pull it up on YouTube and see if this is the right thing. It's a YouTube series that's using the original story of the Smile Dog. Do you remember Smile Dog?
Yeah, old creepypasta.
Yeah, that one actually scared the fuck out of me as a kid more than any other one. So yeah, I believe it's.
I loved it.
I think it's this. If it's not this, then I apologize. I actually don't think it is this. Fuck. If I can find it, I would love to. I don't know if it is the Smile Tapes. But it's about a person who's like cataloging or something old creepypastas, and like there's like a creepypasta enthusiast, and then they get infected by the smile dog thing, and it like torments her on her desktop as it's like these demonic imageries. Oh, stop! I hate that image so much. You like legitimately did a fireflight for like a microsecond when I saw that. It is legitimately my least favorite image on the internet.
I
I
love it. I love
Oh,
Smile
it's
Dot
such
Dog.
a fucking disturbing image. Oh, I hate it. It looks like it's moving. I hate
Here's
it.
another good one. Was another good one was the
Oh,
extreme
the extreme
edit.
one, the extreme one, I'm fine with more. It still disturbs. Like this is still like extremely disturbing to me because of just like childhood associations with it. But like, God, it's such a fucked up
Like,
image. It's such a fucked up image. Like the Jeff the
like,
Killer image. Because also on the side here, it looks like that's a fucking person. Like right here. Oh my God.
wait, like you just keep getting better.
That one's not as the first one you showed was like genuinely chilling.
I still have it up on my other screen.
You know one that actually also fucks me up. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Um, family photo with upside down, and I forget the name of this photo. This photo on.
I don't see it.
I know it's right here. This one.
Oh,
This one fucked me up as a kid.
oh yeah. Well, what's the story behind this one? If you
It
remember.
this is about this accidentally happened from two photos overlapping. This is like a ballerina or some shit doing like a dance, and the photos got burned
Oh,
together
double
because
exposure.
yeah. So this happened, and it's like the funniest fucking thing to happen because this is a terrifying photo. This is a terrifying photo.
I love things like this though.
This
You know,
spaceman.
these eerie images. I love them so
They're
much. I love
so good. Let me see if I can find this one.
this whole genre of
This
like.
one, the Solway Fifth Spaceman. Earth Spaceman. Do you know this one? This
I
one's
know that one
this
as
one's
well.
so good. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. These are like this is what I like. This is my bread and butter when I was a kid for so long, was this genre of stuff online where it's like stuff that I watched to make myself scared and then get regretting that I made myself scared while watching it. God, I miss that. Miss that.
Like there was
I
there
feel
was there was a
fantastic.
time like before the Slenderman thing became the silly stupid bullshit it is today.
It was
When you
legitimately
see images
scary.
like this,
It was
it was
legitimately
kind of
scary.
scary. It
It
was like,
was.
what is happening? Why are like wait, here's another one. I think that was
Did
from
you ever
that
watch
time.
Marble Hornets?
No.
I feel like you would like it because it's very nostalgic to this time. It's like what made Slenderman popular before he got like stupid and over commercialized and stuff, and like overused. Um, you said you had another image.
Um, is it this one?
We'll pull it up. Nah, that looks like one of the later ones.
This one of the later ones when it was smaller,
Yeah, it would look like that.
like
Um, but like yeah, that was like legitimately terrifying because it's like what like oh the original Rake image. That
the
one.
original Rake image was a good one.
This one scared the fuck out of me because I live near woods. Like this one here, I live near woods. So like imagining this as a kid, like just like oh, oh god,
But
there's so
I
many
feel
good
like by the
ones.
time the Rake started coming around,
That
like
was
all of
pretty
it
late.
started getting really bad, like
That was
really
pretty
silly
late
and
because that
stupid.
was like 2010 that thing was created.
Yeah,
Oh no,
like
2006 actually. But like when that image came out, it was like 2010 or some shit. I don't know.
let's see.
Yeah, that looks like one of the original ones for Slenderman. I don't really remember actually. I knew that first one you showed was like the original image. Hold on.
Like there were just some really amazing ones.
Let me see if I can find an image of like a moment. Like here's a bit from here's like a little screen cap from oh god damn it of Marble Hornets. Uh, like just like a shot like this is like a half second like camera pan. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like this, some of this stuff is like cringe, but like a shot like
Because it's the
this.
same kind of like there was a horror movie that was actually from like ages ago that I think did this kind of horror really well.
Which one?
It Follows.
Yes, It Follows. I've so been meaning to watch this. This is the one about STDs. Yeah,
It's actually not.
is it not?
According to the creator, he says that it's actually not.
Oh well, it definitely works as an allegory for like STDs.
It
Like it's
does.
literally a sexually transmitted disease. It's literally a sexually transmitted disease.
It's literally.
It is
But
literally.
I think that it's actually pretty well done.
Yeah, this jump scare in the movie is basically the same as like this one here, where it's like a quick
Yeah,
camera pan
there's
and it's
there's
just like
such good moments in It Follows, but I think the ending kind of
where they're in the
like you
pool.
say you haven't seen it. I once
I know of the movie. I've watched a video on it, but I
okay.
haven't seen it.
Well, I think the ending's kind of, and I don't mean like the bit in the pool. The bit in the pool is where it starts getting silly. That's where it's like power fantasy to the horror.
Yeah, yeah.
Not always a fan of. It can be done well, a la like Evil Dead series,
Mhm.
but like
I forget how the movie
the
ends.
sort of actual ending after all of that, where they realize like no matter what, it'll still keep coming after you,
Right.
and then the girl kind of like she goes with the geeky guy and gives it to him, and then he goes and he pays the
Oh,
prostitute, and
yeah, I
they're like,
remember.
oh, she'll keep going around to people, like it'll get around and it won't come back to us. But like, I just thought that that was like a really stupid and
But
not good way to
it
end.
kind of works though. Like it's kind
No, do you
of
know what the real good ending
defeatist.
would have been?
What would have been?
If they died.
What
If they died.
if they died? That's
Yeah, if it
true, but
got them.
that's I think they both work
Because
because one
the
of them is
idea of the horror in that film is that it will continue to come after
yeah,
you.
and it still will if it like eventually if it really does make its way back to them, it's something they'll have to worry about for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
I think it
apparently there's a
works.
sequel.
I've never heard of that.
Like
I never heard there
I
was a
don't know a
sequel.
sequel being out, but apparently there's a
They follow expected to begin filming in early 2025 according to the AI overview.
let's see.
On October 30th, 2023, it was announced that a sequel, The Intensity, entitled "It They Followed," was in pre-production with the writer-director David Robert Mitchell and star Micah Monroe. Neon Quinn's second film studio would produce and distribute the film locally. Filming would begin in 2025. So apparently, it's supposed to begin filming now.
I don't think it needs a sequel.
No, it doesn't. The 2018 Amazing World of Gumball sixth season episode, The Ghouls, features an It Follows inspired subplot in which Rocky is pursued by a walking shadow inspired by the film's It. Um, so the show for children had a plot line reminiscent of the STD sex movie. Amazing World of Gumball is a very good show. Uh,
Yeah, it's a good. I thought it was a good horror film.
mhm.
If I had to say my personal favorite horror film of all time is not something I think you've even heard of.
Tell me. I probably have heard of it.
Dark Floors.
I haven't heard of it.
You-
Dark Floors. I've never seen this before.
Dark Floors
It's Finnish, that's why I don't know
is
it.
is made by the band Lordi.
Oh, this is
The
crazy.
only metal band to ever win Eurovision.
They look like miniature like little figurines. It's crazy.
They play the monsters in the movie.
That's awesome. I think we actually talked about this
Like,
before, not on the podcast, but like I think you've shown me this.
yeah, you need to see this.
I
But
should.
the movie is shockingly good. Like, if I tell you it's a horror movie made by a Finnish metal band that looks
Like that. Like
like
Lordy.
this, you wouldn't believe me. But this is possibly one of the best pure like that genre of horror movie I have ever seen.
You talk about horror movies made by singers, and I'm just thinking of fucking Glenn Danzig.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie too, but like, oh wow, his where's the filmography listed here? Can I find that? Can I find filmography for Glenn
It's
Danzig?
always wacky seeing these people out of makeup, though.
He looks like a fucking Wojak in that second one there.
Like he, it's always wacky seeing like
I found it.
let's
Veronica.
see,
Veronica. This is Glenn Danzig's movie. It's apparently really, 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 really bad.
Veronica. It does not look good. Like
Oh.
it's not right.
It doesn't look right at all. No, like his hair looks great, but then it's just like he just kind of looks like he's got a different face. Like that's the wrong face, man. What are you doing?
It's always wacky seeing these people out of their look. Like Corey Taylor doesn't look anything like you'd imagine.
Actually, hold on, wait. Keep up this picture here of this guy, because actually now I have the Glenn Danzig's photo pulled up. Glenn Danzig actually looks like this should be what this guy looks like without makeup on.
Yes, it does look like it should have been Glenn Danzig under the makeup. But Corey Taylor also doesn't look like what you'd imagine the lead singer of Slipknot to look like. Like,
He's so
what's this
funny.
hat, man?
He looks like a little Irish boy.
You're gonna see him with the.
He just looks really sweet. He looks like a really sweet guy.
I love this style of his hair
The fucking My Little Pony cut.
because he had it with this mask, and it just this is a look. This is my favorite mask of his as well. And then, oh goodness, the fat mask. And this is, I think, the latest mask, which I don't know how I feel about it.
He's got a nice face. He's a nice looking guy. He's got a good smile.
He's you gotta listen to Stone Sour, I think.
I
I
think
think you'd like to listen to Stone Sour.
maybe.
Because there's I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. Right?
Right.
I gotta mute the audio because copyright. But how he looks in this music video. Right.
Yeah.
Like it's not what you'd imagine like the
No,
lead singer of Slipknot
for the
to
record,
look
I
like.
feel if you like blurred his face and then muted it and had this video playing, I would assume this is Nickelback.
Well, I mean, Nickelback did have beef with Corey Taylor. That to me is wild. And do you know what his claim
What
was?
was his claim? You copying me?
He's trying to sound like Nickelback so that he can get famous. Which is
Which
wild
is
to me
wild.
because Stone Sour is actually such a good band.
Oh, that's so
Like,
funny.
I think
Hey, you showed me the
the
song before.
yeah, if I go to like the end, I think the guitarist is either the guitarist or the bassist is from Slipknot as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it looks wild.
Yeah, he does.
Like Rob Zombie without the makeup doesn't look too different from Rob Zombie with the makeup.
Rob Zombie looks weird. he just kind of looks weird. Like that, I don't know how else to say it. He just kind of looks weird. There's something off about it. Like
He just looks like a redneck.
like his hair looks younger than his face.
Well, I
He's got
mean,
nice hair. Like there's something weird. He looks like House. Like what the fuck? He looks like House with a
he's a weird
beard.
dude. He's a weird dude. Rob Zombie is possibly one of the weirder ones in the metal genre for me,
Yeah.
or at least from that era.
Uh, I do like Rob Zombie a lot though. I do like him a lot. Uh,
That famous album cover. Here it is.
what drag
Uh,
the fucking yeah, that one.
Hellbilly.
Hellbilly Deluxe.
I have this album. I have
Yeah,
this
you showed
CD.
me.
I'm so proud that I have the CD. This is
It's a good
such a
CD
good
to have.
album.
That is that is it
Such
is a
a
really good
good
album.
album. From beginning to end, it is just track after track of
It's really
absolutely
good.
awesome.
It's so good. Satanophonic. 13
I
tales
mean,
of
he
cadaverous
leans into
cavorting
the
inside
same
the spook
genre
shows
as like
international.
Misfits.
Yeah, it is still like he's like the same like interests of what led like Glenn Danzig to be the type of creator he is. Like is the same inspirations, the same like
Yeah, B
um
horror movies
yeah, B
actually.
show B horror movies that are like very silly and such. And also like I got that like classic horror with like over the top makeup and stuff, and it is definitely
And
a vibe.
since we are on like bands, right? I
Yeah.
want to get your opinion on this band look.
Oh, Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
I think it's
Um.
silly. Maybe it's just I don't like it.
Ghost. I feel is for people who want. I've heard it described as a horror version of ABBA.
I can see it. I can see it. Maybe that's why I don't like it.
I like some Ghost songs. I feel they should just go harder. Like I like the aesthetic. It's supposed to be like obviously Christian and stuff, like Satanic Pope. Um I just feel like there's a few just changes that I would like. I feel like those costumes like a little
They're
cheap.
not.
It looks
They're
too
not a satanic band though.
they're not. No. They're like they're not religious, but they're not satanic. They're like they're
They're
like
probably Catholics.
no, they're not religious. They adopt the symbols of the religion to like because I've heard it described also that it's like for a band for people who are like fucking religious trauma people. Like Hosier and shit. Like him too.
Oh, fair. What do you think of this band?
That's pretty damn cool. I love that a
This is
lot.
Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, I know. That's
So Cradle of Filth is actually satanic.
yes. Yes, we've talked about
I
Cradle of
think
Filth a lot.
they were seen as the most famous satanic band,
Yes, that makes sense. I
which
love the microphone stand there.
the microphone stand is cool. Do you
That's
know
some
what's funny
crazy
about
shit.
him though?
Tell me,
He's
Mr.
got
Filth.
Dio syndrome.
Is he's really short?
He's like 4 feet tall with a voice of 100 feet.
uh,
Like, I wonder if there's a good picture that I could bring up that'll
the fucking
show
you
like his
showing
height.
me the Holy Diver music video where Dio's holding a bastard sword that's looking like a long sword is so funny.
Like, I think maybe this picture might show. No, that comes out really small. Um, but it says that he is 1.65 meter.
1.65 meters. So that's literally like fucking almost 5 feet or some shit.
It is 5'4".
Oh my god.
He's 5'4".
It's so tiny.
Wait, maybe he is an image. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And this is with
Oh my god. He's got little
look at those
stilettos
boots.
on.
This is with these boots. With lift. What are these, like 4 inches?
Platform
Five
shoes. Yeah,
inches?
those are like 4-inch fucking platform boots.
5 inch fucking
Oh, that's
platform shoes
so
standing next to a
good.
dude and he's still like a foot shorter.
That's so good. That's so good. He's literally like a smurf.
The devil's
uh
favorite Smurf.
the fucking oh my god, it's so funny.
'Cause what was Ronnie James Dio height?
Probably
Let
around
me
the
look it
same.
up
Probably around
here.
the same.
Theo was actually shorter.
Oh my god, was he like 5'2"?
He was 1.63 meter instead of 1.65, which is 5'3".
Oh my lord, he's an inch shorter.
He's 5'3". Like, let me see if I can get a good picture. I remember seeing an interview that Dio did. I think it's actually from this image. It is, I think, from this. Yeah.
He looks like a coworker of mine. It's so funny. Like this old lady I work with. So funny.
And he's credited as the guy who invented the devil horns
Yes.
metal.
Yeah, which also I remember my ASL instructor did not know what that meant because I'm pretty sure it means like love in ASL. So I was like, yeah, like fucking like metal, yeah. I did like the symbol when we were like doing like a jokey little thing, and they were like, oh, love. I'm like, no, like metal, and she was like, what? Like I'm like, yeah, like Dio, like devil horns, and she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, oh my god. It's like I'm
Do you know Dio
58 years
actually
old.
revealed where he quote unquote came up with it?
Tell me.
So Dio's grandmother was Jewish,
Oh,
and
grandmama.
well, it probably means he is too. I don't know. People are what people are. Anyway, according to him, his grandmother told him that that symbol, that sign, when you held it up, actually meant protection from the evil eye,
Interesting.
and it was also a way to give people the evil eye.
Evil. The evil eye.
But
In
that's
the evil eye,
that's the actual origin of what now people today put up as the devil horns, is like an old Jewish lady's thing about the evil eye.
the evil eye is in a lot of different things. Um, in Italian, I know it's a very Mediterranean thing. Um,
Yeah,
so like Italian, my Italian family, they're like, oh, to prevent the evil eye, you got to hang a bell pepper in your car under the rear view mirror, so if someone gives you it when you're driving, you don't get the bad luck. So my car has a little like fucking red chili bell pepper ornament.
there's there's these things you can buy. You see them quite often
Pull it up on the
in
screen.
like little shops in South Africa as well. Wait, let me pull it. Here we go. These things you can
Yes,
buy.
yes. When I googled evil eye, just like to see if I can find the bell pepper thing, I that did come up.
Yeah, this is very common to see with like smoke shops a lot, is where I saw
Okay,
them.
this is the specific one I have. Okay, this is the specific thing I have hanging in my car. This here.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like a little bell
You
pepper.
Italians are weird.
What are you talking about? It's got a little crown.
Filthy fucking Romans. Filthy fucking Romans.
Oh man, this is what I got. This is either there's the evil eye there, but like we got this hanging from a fucking tree.
Well, I mean,
I don't like
it's meant
this.
to
This looks
protect
like
from the
fish.
evil
This
eye.
looks like a fish lure.
It's meant to protect from the evil eye.
The evil
It's
eye.
not the evil eye itself. It's meant to
Yeah,
protect from evil. But there's some wild things out there.
I don't know why I called it a bell pepper. It's not a bell pepper. It's a fucking like I don't know. I don't know peppers. It's a pepper.
It's chili, isn't it?
I think so. I don't fucking know. All I know is that my great grandmother gave it to me when I got my car. She's like, you have to hang this in the mirror so that you don't get cursed. And I'm like, okay, okay, mom.
And you
Okay.
get like all different types. It's like this one looks nice.
Oh, it's yeah. He stared back at you. You know,
I mean, even these look a little more,
yeah.
done up.
I'm just used to the pepper. These look foreign to me. I'm used to the fucking pepper. I want to tell a story on the podcast now.
Okay.
So, a year ago, I randomly got because YouTube really likes to recommend random videos sometimes that have like 3 views, and you're like, here you go. And I got recommended a video. I'm gonna pull it up now. I have it right here. Called "Big Announcement." I made a mistake where
Okay.
where
Hey
This
guys,
this
I'm
looks like
making
the
a
wait,
video
before
today.
Yes.
Just this looks like the screen cap from a bad creepypasta. Right?
It
Like
looks
this
like it's from Unfriended or some shit.
yeah, this is really just like I barely have words. It just looks like the screenshot from a bad creepypasta.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna make a video where I'm gonna do whatever you say in the comments, and I was like, okay, I mean, I'll do something. So I went into the comments and I wrote, "Eat wet bread," and he was like, okay, I guess. Why did you subject me to that? And then there's the follow up, the comment show, episode 1 with Rocky, where it's like going through everything, and it's like, okay, and then he goes inside, and it's like,
Is this your bit?
And you got a lot of dirt on you.
he's like, so someone else told him to get a pet rock or some shit and clean it.
Here, let's.
Oh, he's getting his little brother to help clean. This is really like, this is stuff that I would have done if I wasn't a dumbass when I was younger trying to make videos when I was a kid.
My favorite meal too.
Eat wet bread.
Let me cook some up for you.
Eat wet bread.
You know what that means,
you can see also he had it disliked.
Here, let me cook some up for you. You know what that means, Rocky? Cooking montage.
Where's the wet bread? Yeah, so he gets
The
the
bread
bread.
didn't need a cooking montage. Let's be honest.
Man, I haven't had this in ages. I missed it. Remember the time we made banana art? That was fun.
And then then it goes on past that. But like, just the fact that like this comment, because I just left this comment, forgot about it, and then like he responded like, I guess like a month later, and was like, why did you subject me to that? And I was like, what the fuck did I do? Shout out to Big Dog Rompicus. Good for him. His content reminds me of when I was a kid.
How recent is their latest video? Are they still being an idiot on the internet?
Maybe. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah. Big Dog Rompicus. Their last video was "Where Is My Mind?" Pixies fan-made music video with 784 views. Good for them.
Pixies fan-made music video for "Where Is My Mind?" Hey!
I can't. It's not letting me press that. I was trying to press it, but it didn't let me get there.
That's why I was also making noise.
Yeah, because it was like doing the slow ass computer things. I'm pretty sure my like computer's dying with how many tabs I've opened up. Yeah, but good for him. You know.
Really, that's what they made for the video? Because I know the song so well. I'm a big Pixies fan.
Yeah.
I like the Pixies. Do you want to hear the story about the Pixies?
Sure. Shout out to
When the
this kid.
Pixies first broke up, they were sent a letter by David Bowie saying how sad he was that he broke up because he loved their music.
Aw. That's sweet. That's pretty
They were
sweet.
like, your what were they described as? Your favorite musician's favorite musician.
I love that description for things. It's such a good way to describe certain bands and like musicians and stuff.
A lot of the people who were sad that the Pixies broke up were other bands that were much bigger than the Pixies.
You know another person who fits that description, but for rappers? MF Doom.
I have heard that.
MF Doom is really good.
I watched a video about like rap music in general, like the writing.
Yeah.
Of rap music.
He's really good. Or was,
and
he's passed away.
He was the guy that came up as like, this is the sort of person. When it comes to writing in rap, he is the guy.
He is so good. Like there's never been, I think, a musician where I'm just like the lyrics I'm entirely like locked the fuck in on and like, damn, this shit's kind of like crazy. Or like none of them can really like get to the level that he's at. There are them out there who I'm like Serge. I love Serge's like style of music. He's Serge Tankian. He's great. Yeah. Like, but like MF Doom he was really great. And
nobody will come close to me personally though, to my favorite rapper.
Tell me. I feel like I shouldn't remember this, but I forget who you said it was.
Maxi Jazz.
Yes, Maxi Jazz. Yeah, I remember.
I have him open, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I remember us chilling out one time listening to him. He is good.
Maxi Jazz. He was the guy who did all the rap in Faithless,
Mhm.
the band Faithless.
It's gonna be the same images. Yeah, he's good. Shout out
And
to both
apparently
them and
this guy
MFDM. Yeah,
is like Dido's cousin.
the Queen of Carthage.
Like Dido, the artist
Yeah,
who did the song with Eminem.
yeah.
But it was mainly the two of them, Maxi Jazz and Sister Bliss.
Sister Bliss.
But he died like not too long ago.
Same with MFDM. He died in 2020.
But Maxi Jazz was actually much older than you'd think.
He looks pretty old. Like he looks. He's got like old person like fucking melt like drying
Yeah,
outness.
he was 65. When he
Yeah.
died in 2022, he was 65 years old.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense because he's got, like I said, he's got that fucking like the drying up an old person does sometimes, where they like look like they're like being drained of all the blood in their body.
But he had quite a look. I mean,
He does. He does.
what a look.
That is a look.
I mean, this is probably him in his like 50s.
Absolutely. He does
Like,
absolutely
I
have a
would
look.
not fuck with this.
uh,
Oh, Maxi Jazz. What a guy. What a guy.
uh, Many musicians paid tribute to DeMille. His 2004 instrumental track, this is about MF Doom, his 2004 instrumental track, Coffin Nails, was included on the US President Joe Biden's inauguration playlist on January 2021, which was criticized by fans of DeMille as Biden was the vice president in 2010 when DeMille was refused re-entry into the United States. I actually kind of want to pull up the presidential playlists actually, now that this is now that this has been brought to my attention. The President's Summer Playlist. Is this Trump's playlist?
You did a YMCA. Just look for.
This is President Obama's handpicked his favorite songs for his summer playlist. Take a listen to his top 20s, to his 20 picks for summer day. This is the official White House account on Spotify.
The Temptations is a good pick, I guess.
Isley Brothers.
There's your favorite, Bob Dylan.
Bob Marley, Coldplay, Mala Rodriguez, Howlin' Wolf, Stevie Wonder.
Coldplay. You know, like, I like Obama less and less the more I see here.
Does Coldplay
Fucking
affect that?
Coldplay.
Aretha
John
Franklin.
Legend.
I mean, this tracks. This is the music I kind of would expect Obama to like. I don't know. This kind of feels like it tracks. I feel like Trump's would have a fuck ton of like Frank Sinatra and shit and like bombastic.
The village people.
Yeah, like fucking party music.
Trump's love of the village people song, that YMCA, is absolutely
doing the
fucking
double
stupid.
hand jobs dance.
The double hand job dance. Ironic to that song especially.
It's so good. It's so good. Trump has such a good. He used to have such a good stage presence. His dancing. He used to be so good at that type of stuff, and then now he just kind of gets on stage really tight. Remember that time he showed up like fucking 3 hours late to one of his fucking speeches? How did MF Doom die again? I actually just want to see. Respiratory problems, angioedema. Oh, whoa. An adverse reaction to blood pressure medication he had recently been prescribed. He had suffered from high blood pressure and kidney disease due to COVID-19. His wife was not allowed to visit him in the hospital. Death was unknown to the public for 2 months until Jasmine announced it on December 31st. Wow, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. But yeah, his Food, really good album, really good album. Really good
God.
sampling too, like with like clips from old like Marvel cartoons and stuff. Like because he's obviously MF Doom, so they had a bunch of stuff like Doom, Master of the World, Doom controls all, and it's like just so fun to just like, oh
If we're
hell
gonna
yeah.
start talking about sampling, you know where that's what road that's gonna lead
Yeah,
me down.
I know. We need to wrap it up now. I just wanted to mention that
Yes,
off there.
it is about the time to wrap it up because
Yeah.
you know you're too good to talk about sampling. We're gonna go
We're
down
gonna
that
go down
rabbit
the
hole.
industrial music rabbit hole.
We can do it again.
No. This is a nice change of pace instead of just misery and politics for fucking like a bunch of hours. I'm probably gonna go get something to eat after this. Because I'm hungry. Oh no,
It's
no.
a big.
I know it's a great album, but we're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole. That's me for the next hour listening to that.
Take it down.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Well,
everyone.
thank you everybody for
Thank
joining
you.
another week of the Squeaky Dogcast.
Another
Follow,
episode.
subscribe.
Thank everyone for this, and I will be in your bed in your closet tonight. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.